it's Gwen with Get Fit with Gwen, and today I have a chair yoga video for you to follow along with. Chair yoga is a great way to access yoga because it doesn't take any equipment other than a chair. Ideally, your chair will be armless so that you don't have arms getting in the way of your movement. But as you can see, I'm even wearing plain clothes today because you can do this workout routine in whatever you have on. I prefer to take my shoes off. So if you want to take your shoes off, you can do that, or you can leave your shoes on too. This is a very gentle routine and it's meant for beginners. Couple of cautions though, if you do have hip issues, hip pain, you want to be aware and be careful of some of these movements because they can move your hips through a greater range of motion than they're used to. So be careful, keep it to a place where you're able to do it without pain. So if something hurts, as always, you should stop. Same thing with any knee pain or shoulder pain, and then also be careful with your back. This is a gentle routine, but some folks have issues that will get exacerbated by movements. So just want to throw that information out there so that you are careful as always. So we're going to go ahead and just start sitting back in your chair. Just sit back, let the back of the chair support you. Just take a deep breath in. Your feet can just rest comfortably in front of you. Inhale and exhale. Just relax. You don't need to see what I'm doing right now, so you can just close your eyes and relax. We're going to focus on centering our minds and trying to clear any intruding thoughts that are trying to pop through our head to distract us from what you're doing right now. So take a deep breath in, close your eyes, and exhale. Good. And again, take another deep breath in and exhale. Start to relax those shoulders down away from your ears. Take another deep breath. Filling your lungs, feeling your ribcage expand. Exhale, releasing and relaxing. Good. One more time. Any thoughts that try to come into your mind that are distractions, just watch them go by like traffic on the road. Cars passing. Inhale and exhale. Focusing on this moment, giving yourself this time to relax and restore your body and feel good and move in a feel-good way. Good. All right, so you can slowly open your eyes and we'll come back to your chair where you're going to scoot a little bit forward on the chair. So we're going to bring your back away from the back of the chair. You're going to start with some gentle shoulder rolls. Very easy. Small range of motion or work within a range of motion that is comfortable for you. Continuing that breath work here, we're going to inhale and exhale and roll the shoulders the other way around. Nice and easy. You might feel some clicking or popping or grinding. That can be normal. I know I do. I have that as well going on in my shoulders when I do these rolls. Be gentle. Good. I'm not trying to work anything out right now. Just trying to relax. Good. All right. Then we're going to start to take those arms, reach the arms up, overhead. And exhale, you're going to open your arms out and down. We're not trying to go through full range of motion right now. We're just starting to move, starting to open and warm things up and down and around. And don't worry about trying to keep up with my pace or what exactly I'm doing. It's okay. You're just moving because it feels good. This video can be great for taking a movement break if you've been sitting and working, sitting down a lot. Inhale, exhale, maybe starting to increase that reach behind you a little bit. Inhale, exhale, be gentle on your shoulders though, okay? Be gentle. Inhale, good, and exhale. Nice. Good. on your knees. And we're going to take a simple neck warm-up. So you're going to drop your chin to your chest, stretching the back of the neck gently. You might feel the stretch through the back of the neck. You might feel it in the upper back. You might even feel it in your lower back a little bit. It depends on where you're tight. Roll up, sit up tall. We're going to turn our head to one side and come back to center and go to the other side and back to center. And then we're going to take that chin tuck one more time. Tuck your chin down to your chest and maybe roll down a little further this time, stretching your back. You might feel that stretch happen a little bit in a different place, and that's normal. Breathe, don't push too hard, be gentle, and slowly roll back up, sitting up really tall. Good. Next, we're going to take our spine warm-up with the cat-cow move. So this one, I'm going to turn my chair sideways just so you can see. You can stay facing the same way. All right, but basically we're going to take our hands to our knees, sitting up nice and tall. You're going to round your back out, tucking your hips, rounding your shoulders, dropping your chin to your chest. And then you're going to slowly roll back up. And this time, lift the chest slightly, looking up to the corner where the wall meets the ceiling. And then you're going to exhale, roll back down, tucking the hips, tucking the chin. And then we're going to slowly come back up and continue to lift the chest, look to the corner of the wall and ceiling. And again, exhale, round the back out. This is our cat stretch. C curving in the spine, maybe a little more this time. Being gentle and slowly rolling back up, lifting your chest. In yoga, they call this the cow pose with that sway back. And exhale. Last time here, it's a great move to warm the spine up. And as we warm up, the joints will start to have more lubrication, and they should be able to move more freely with that synovial joint fluid flowing to your joints as you warm up. Good. All the way up. Wonderful. Okay, from here, I'm going to stay sideways again for this one. What we're going to do is we're going to take your hands and reach up, inhale, and we're going to exhale, rotate your shoulders and hips, rotate your shoulders and ribs over your hips and turn to one side. Now we're not trying to go full rotation here. We're just going like 45 degrees rotation from that center point, just 45 degrees, okay? And sitting up tall, getting a little stretch in the back with a little torso twist. I'm not worried about how far you're twisting right now. And slowly come back to center. We're still just warming up. So we're going to reach up, inhale, lift. And we're going to rotate the other way. Ribs rotate over the hips. Turn, drop your arms down, and breathe. And slowly come back to center. Good. I'm going to turn forward so you can see that move from the forward position. So we're going to reach up, inhale. We're going to do it one more time on each side. Rotate just enough to where you've turned using your abdominal muscles, the ribs over the hips, and then drop your hands down right where they fall. We're not forcing anything right now. And back to center. Other side, reach up, exhale, rotate, and let those hands fall down. Good. Continue to sit up tall, lift that chest up tall. You got it. And slowly come back to center. Wonderful. Okay, next we're going to warm up those legs a little bit. So we're going to start with just heel raise here. Make sure you can see my feet. We're going to slowly come up to those heels and down. We're going to start warming up those feet a little bit. Start at the ankles. Maybe the ankles will click and pop a little bit like mine just did. It happens as we start to move. Good. Nice. And then we're going to slowly pick one foot up off the floor and take some ankle rotation. So you can support your leg a little bit with the either holding on the front of your knee or holding underneath your thigh. Just rotate, roll around one direction then the other. Good. Same thing other leg. And you're kind of you might be a little bit on the edge of the chair still. That's okay. Other direction. Good. Keep sitting up tall. This is one that's easy to sink back on. We're working on posture through this whole workout, so everything in the torso is working despite what you might feel. All right, now we're going to scoot back in that chair. We're going to take a leg extension. So you're going to see the bottom of my foot there. We're going to extend one leg out gently and the other leg. So now we're activating these quadricep muscles, gently warming up the leg muscles, gently warming up those knee joints. You might feel this a little bit in the hip flexors too. Good. Breathe. Nice. Good. And awesome. All right, so next we're going to take a little bit of a march. So we're going to lift one knee up and place it down. I'm scooting forward on the chair here for this one to give a little more range of motion in the hip. So lift one foot, then the other. Just doing a few of these to activate the hips. Get things warmed up in the hip area. Good. Nice. And breathe. That one can elevate your heart rate a little bit, so be aware. You should be feeling nice and warm right now though, right? So now we're going to start with a little more of our yoga sequence. So we're going to reach up, we're going to inhale. This is our modified sun salutation here for the chair. Reach up, lift the chest just like our cow position, lifting the chest to the ceiling. We're going to open those arms, this time reaching back. And we're going to come down to our cat position, C curve. And then we're going to lift up, coming forward this time, lifting up out of that position and back to the top. Inhale, reach up. Use your breath. Exhale, open, reaching back. Good. And bring your hands to your knees and go into cat stretch. And slowly roll back up, lifting that chest forward, coming forward as far as you can there. Make sure you're stable on your chair. Reach up. Make sure if you need to scoot back a little bit, you can for a more stable chair. Open those arms. Come back to your knees. Cat position. Roll through mini cobra. This is our mini cobra in the chair. And slowly come up. And one more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open. Doesn't matter how your arms get up. Place your hands on your thighs. C curve, cat stretch. Roll through your mini cobra. And don't worry about the pace. Again, if you're just coming down to that C curve, that's okay. Come back to sitting upright. Beautiful, nice. Back to center. Bring your hands into a prayer-like position here to your heart center. We're going to inhale, grow tall. This time we're going to reach those arms up to the ceiling and we're going to rotate, maybe going a little further this time, maybe not. Maybe it's the same as our warm-up. It's up to you. But you have the back of your chair, so you can rotate and use that chair. You can turn your vision, your gaze over your shoulder toward the back. Breathe, sitting up tall. Inhale. Exhale. And slowly release back to center. And again, other side this time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, rotate using those abdominal muscles. Open the arms. Take a little bit more twist, maybe applying pressure on the outside of that knee to get a little more rotation. Looking over your shoulder toward the back. Breathe. Sitting up tall, chest is lifted. And exhale, come back to center. Very nice, good. Okay, so next we're going to start to get those legs activated. We're going to do a chair pose. Now you have two options here. You can stay seated the whole time, okay? And simply be in our chair pose in the chair, okay? Or you can come with me to a standing position. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm talking about. But my feet are hip width apart, all right? And I'm partway on the chair here. So here's your modified option. You're going to stay seated and hold, and we're working the arms. If your arms need to be a little lower, that's just fine. You can hold your arms in front. You're still getting strengthening work out of the shoulders this way, okay? So those are your low options. If you're ready for a little more, then we're going to slowly press through the floor, and we're not going to use our hands, but we're going to press through those feet, Press those feet. Can you come up out of your chair and stand all the way up to the top? And exhale, open those arms. If you're seated, just circle the arms back around and come back to center. Good. That's some good work. Let's do this again, but we're going to sit down this time. So make sure your chair is right where you left it and secure, and it's not going to slide anywhere. Exhale, open, and you're going to sit back. If you need to put your hands on the chair, please do so. Sitting back nice and controlled, try to use those legs like so. So one trick I use, and I forgot about this at the beginning of my video, but I'm going to implement it now, so that your chair doesn't slide around if you've got hardwood floors like me. You can use a mat, okay? Because my chair's sliding a little bit. So I'm going to stick a mat underneath it. So that way the chair's not going anywhere. All right, so if you needed to grab your mat, you can pause the video and come back. Here's our modified option again, okay? So we're inhaling, lift the chest, exhale, open, and we're coming either with the arms forward or we're coming all the way up with the arms. Here's your next level. We're going to inhale up, we're going to exhale, open, and we're going to press the feet to the floor. Make sure you're nice and stable. Use those legs, standing all the way up, nice and controlled. Squeeze the butt muscles to stand up. Exhale, open, back to your heart center. Good. Now, if you're seated, you're just circling those arms. But if we're standing, we're going to come back to the chair nice and controlled. Exhale, open. And again, if you need to reach back to make sure your chair's there, you can. If you want your arms forward for balance, you can. This is a tough one. Sitting all the way back. Good job. Those are some leg workouts, right? And eventually you'll be able to hold in a hover position for that chair pose. But for today, we're just doing a couple repetitions. Let's see if we can do one more. If you need a break, just sit quietly and breathe. If you're ready to do one more, let's take one more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open. Oh, running into my picture behind me. Press those feet to the floor, nice and strong and stable. Squeeze those leg muscles, the glute muscles behind you, and stand all the way up. Hips come all the way up. Inhale, exhale. Good. Heart center. We're going to go back. Now this is the one. If you need to use your hands for assistance, you can. We're going to reach up. We're going to exhale, open, and we're going to send those hips back. Hips go back. You can use a hand or reach forward. Breathe. Good. You should have felt those abdominals working if you were not using your hands for that. All right? And your leg muscles were working hard. Good job. Nice. So if you have water nearby, go ahead and get yourself some water. Take a little break, because that was a good burst of energy right there. So, and you can pause the video and come back. So next, we're going to take a stretch in the chair. We're going to do modified warrior poses here. So you're going to turn sideways, all right? We're going to start by turning sideways. This is where it's helpful to have a chair with no arms. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that leg where your back of your chair is. You're going to rest your thigh on that leg, on the chair, right? And then you're going to drop the other foot down, other knee drops down. So this is a hip flexor opener move, a modified warrior pose. You're holding onto the back of your chair, okay? Because we don't want to tip forward, so be very careful. Holding onto the back of the chair. So, and you may be here, right? Or you may be here. It's whatever's comfortable and okay for you. If you feel like you can open that hip a little more, slowly drop that knee and open your hip flexor, then go for it. If it's too much, don't worry, just sit tight, just do some breathing, do some spine rolls, torso twists, right? Okay, but if you're here with me on this hip opening pose, if you want to go to the next level, you can reach that arm, the outside arm reaches up. That's going to open that hip flexor even more. Make sure you are breathing. This can be a very powerful pose. This is our modified warrior pose. So we're really strong here through the chest, through the fingertips, through the legs. Everything is strong. Muscles are working as well as stretching, okay? Breathe. Good. And if you want a little more, push that foot back a little more. It's up to you. Good. Whew. I feel that. But take it at your level. Only go as far as you're comfortable going. Now we're going to come back together. And we're going to take that inhale, reach up, both feet are together. Exhale, you're going to rotate toward the back of the chair. Holding both sides of the back of the chair, take that rotation, maybe even a little more this time. Turning your gaze over your shoulder. Be gentle on your spine though, remember. Only go as far as you're comfortable going. Shoulders down, chest is lifted, and slowly come back to center. Good job. All right, come back around. We're going to go to the other side. So this side, we're going to have our both legs, both feet sitting on the chair right here. And then you're going to take that front leg and slowly start to drop it down, moving into that warrior pose. You might scoot forward a little on the chair. Just be careful again and gently kind of maneuver yourself to where you feel sturdy still and you're holding onto the back of that chair. Hip flexor is starting to open. Again, only go as far as you can, but if you want to relax the toes down, if you want to push back a little more, you can. Pay attention to your knee. If you have any knee pain here, then pull it back so we don't want to hurt the knee. All right, so then if you want more intensity still, you can take that outside arm and reach up and breathe. Lift the chest. Exhale. Your body is working in this one. We've got leg muscles working. We're getting stronger in this pose. We're feeling stronger. This is a great, powerful pose here. Make sure you're breathing and feeling good. Nice. Smile. You're doing it. Nice work. And slowly, slowly slide that leg back. Slide everything back together. Be gentle. Again, that one can be a big hip range of motion exercise. So being careful with your hips there. We're going to sit up tall and we're going to take this rotation here. An opportunity to do another torso twist. Hold the back of the chair, looking over the shoulder, breathe. And if that hip flexor opener was too much, you might just be sitting and relaxing, and that's fine too. It's so important to listen to our bodies, and not all exercises are for everybody. Slowly unwind, come back around to the front. Nice. Now we're going to take some stretching, okay? And this is a way to modify some of those yoga poses on the floor. Another hip opener. We're going to scoot to the front of your chair. I'm going to scoot back so you can see me. Make sure you're still stable on the chair, but to the front of the chair. What this does is this gives you, my chair just popped up on me. It gives you your hips a little more range of motion because your hips are elevated above your feet, okay? Versus when you're on the floor trying to sit down and reach for your toes, that can be really difficult if you have tight hips and and hamstrings in the lower back, right? And your hamstrings insert up here in your lower back, so flex your foot. So we're getting a hamstring stretch with this one. We're getting a calf stretch with this one. You might even feel it on the bottom of your foot too. But make sure to protect the knee that you're not locked out. Soften that knee a little bit. It's straight, but it's not extended all the way. And we're sitting up tall here, and we're going to take a little bit of a lean forward. I've got both hands on my opposite thigh, and I'm sitting up tall. Now right here, sitting up tall might give you the stretch you need, and that might be it, and that's perfect for you. If you want a little more, if you don't quite feel it yet and you want to go a little deeper, you can gently start to lean forward, tilting from your hips. So the idea is we're getting a crease in the hips. We're not just rounding the back, okay? So as we keep the spine straight and take a tilt forward, we're getting that hip flexor stretch. Good. Breathe. This one can get pretty intense quickly, so be careful. And if it starts to feel like it's pulling too much, like I feel it right there, I'm going to back out. You want to feel a little stretch, a little pull, but we don't want it to be too much. You can get sore from overstretching the muscles. Slowly come back. Good job. We're going to do the other side. Other foot out, extends out. Rest your hands on that thigh, relax the shoulders, sit up tall. And again, right here you might feel a stretch. And one side is usually more loose or tight than the other, okay? So listen to your body, it might be different. Make sure the knee's not locked out. Take a slight lean forward if you want to increase the stretch. You got it. Breathe. Remember, we're tilting from the hips. Our chest is tall. Good. So good. Nice work. All right. Slowly come back. Okay, we've got one more. This is our hip opener. And then we're taking our chest opener and we're done. We're going to relax. So you're going to take you're going to take one foot over your other ankle. Okay? See how I've got my ankles crossed. This foot, though, is planted on the ground. This foot's across. Knee is dropping open. Now, here, again, is level 1. You might be, okay, I feel this in my hip. This is stretching my hip already, Gwen, and that's fine. If you want a little more, you can scoot forward on your chair and then let that knee fall out a little more, okay? And that might be enough right there. And again, if you want a little more, you can sit up nice and tall. So many ways to progress this exercise. And you can gently lean forward. Feel that? Breathe. Again, it shouldn't be too intense, okay? Just a little pull, a little stretching. And again, here's your level 2. If you want a little, even more, if you're able to, bring that foot. Only try this if you're comfortable doing this, okay? The first level I showed you down at the ankle is perfectly fine. You can always work up to this next level, right? So crossing your ankle over your knee, let that knee fall down or rest your hand gently on it to help it press down. And again, sitting up tall, and this may be enough of a stretch for that hip. You'll feel this stretching in the glutes, that glute medius, the outer thigh. If you want more on this position, take a slight lean forward with a nice tall spine. I really feel that when I do that. Good. You got it. Breathe. Breathing into these stretches is so important. Slowly come back up. Slowly rest that foot on the floor, and we're going to take the other side. You can just gently shake out that leg. Cross the ankles, level 1 to start. It's always good to try the first level first before you dive into that second level. Hands on your thigh here, sitting up nice and tall. Let that knee fall out to the side, and take a slight lean forward to increase, right? So that might be all you need. You might hold there and breathe. If you want that level 2, you can take that ankle over. And again, one side will be tighter than the other on this one. This is an inevitable fact for all my clients. Everyone's tighter on one side than the other. Sitting up tall, you can let the knee just rest, or you can rest your hand on it. We're not pressing down, we're just letting it rest. You can sit up tall and take that hip tilt forward to increase. If you need it, you might not need it. Especially if you're just starting out with these stretches and poses. Always good to start with level 1. Breathe. And the longer you hold the stretch, up to 30 seconds, then the more release you'll feel you get out of that joint and muscle, which is pretty amazing. Slowly coming up, press or release that foot and rest it down on the floor. Great job. Okay, so our last thing here we're going to do is our chest. So we're going to reach those arms back up to the ceiling if you can, or out in front, and you're going to open them behind you, and we're taking a chest stretch, okay? So airplane is what this is called in yoga, and you're going to lean forward slightly, and your back is nice and tall, chest is open, and reaching back just as far as you're comfortable going. So we're really opening that chest. Breathe. Good. And slowly release and relax. Good. Nice work. Okay, so you did it. You did our little chair workout, chair yoga workout today. We got some leg strength going. We got some joint releasing happening. And for the last segment of any yoga class, we always do a little bit of recentering, mindfulness, and some sharing some positivity. So go ahead and scoot back in your chair. This is everyone's favorite part of my yoga class. Scoot back in the chair. Let the back of the chair support you. Come back to that relaxed position. We're going to recenter and notice how we feel now after having done the exercises we did. So close your eyes and just start to refocus on your breathing only, and just sit however's comfortable. Rest your hands in your lap. Good. Start to just listen to your breath again. Inhaling slow, and fill those lungs with air, and exhale, release all the air very slowly, relaxing the shoulders and neck. And if you want, you can place your hand on your heart and feel your breath yourself. Reconnect with yourself here. Take a deep breath in. Feel the ribcage expand. Exhale, slowly release, going at your own pace here to breathe. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Noticing how your body feels. Should feel nice and warm maybe. It should feel like you've done some good movement for your body. You've released and relaxed and opened joints, strengthened your muscles, and focused on yourself. You've done some self-care just now, and you should feel good about that. Give yourself rewarding statements. I've taken care of myself, and I feel good about myself. You worked hard today. Your body worked. Maybe learned some new moves, some new things. Maybe found out some new things about how your body can move. Good. And slowly, slowly start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Gently reinvigorating your body after being still for a moment. And slowly sitting up tall again, opening your eyes. Good. And I want to say to you that I'm very grateful for you to join this class with me today. And thank you for watching. Thank you for taking care of yourself today. I hope you enjoyed it. And reach out to me if you need anything. Namaste. The light in me recognizes and honors the light in you. Bye.